Come prepared for defeat.
What's going on, everybody? It's Codemaster Hardrock. I'm back at it again with another deck profile. This time we're going to be going over my mixed deck. This will have a little bit of every single tribe, not including tribeless. I do want to throw this out there because tribeless is not a tribe. I just want to make sure everyone is very clear on that. With that being said, we're going to jump into it. We're going to start with locations, followed by attacks, then Mugic, then battle gear associated with particular creatures. I'm going to quickly go through this. This deck has a lot of trickery, and it does involve, and one particular creature makes this deck absolutely stupid and really strong. First things first, we have Gigantum Populus. Overall creatures gain a Mugic. Nice. Next, we have Everrain. Water attacks deal an additional 5 damage. Damage dealt by earth attacks is reduced by 5. As you guys can tell, there's a lot of water here. Next, we have Carnival of Confusion. Mind Games. When a player would draw an attack card, instead they reveal the top. They would just reveal the top card and just play that particular card, regardless. Lore's Chamber of Recall. When this becomes the active location, remove all general discard piles from the game. Mirage. At the beginning of combat, engaged creatures in the space with 30 less scanned energy gain 30 energy. Nice. Next, we have Double Gorm's Briefing. This card is going to be insane. At the beginning of combat, engaged creatures gain 5 energy and 5 to all their disciplines for each tribe and their controller's army. Given the fact I have 5, that's 25. Or sorry, yeah, 5 times 5. Yeah, no, that's 25. Yeah, so 25 energy and to all disciplines. That's really good. Next, we have Double North Range. When North Range becomes an active location, choose tribe. All creatures also count as that tribe. Mirage, creatures in this space count as all tribes. If you were to count the Frozen, which I know they do exist technically, you could theoretically get away with that, and since it has the Mirage and all creatures count as all tribes, attach that to a particular creature space that you'll see in the future, and that's 30. And that is absolutely stupid, and oh. Next, we have the Coral Smithy. Initiative Fire. When a creature plays an attack that has both element types, fire and water, its controller may swap that creature's battle gear with any battle gear in its controller's discard pile. So this allows you to recycle battle gear. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, there's a lot of, fire and water. Well, that becomes very important with this deck, and you guys will see why. So first up with the attacks, we have ourselves Primal Smash. Primal Smash is Primal Smash. You know why this card is good. It's absolutely stupid to just have a build 1 drop 20 damage. It's strong. It's strong, and it should just be a staple in every single deck, but, it is what it is, and right now I'm just currently combing through the rest of my deck to make sure that, I have all my cards accounted for, because in my previous videos, they were rather, how should I say this, unorganized. So right now what I'm doing is making sure that it all is here, it all is organized. So, we're going to continue onward. We have Steam Rage, deal 10 damage. Aqua Recoil, heal 5. Next, we have Double Invader's Tactics. You could sort of get away by dealing 20, or rather 15, maybe 20 damage with this, depending on your build. Next, we have a Double Heat Rage, deal 10 damage, and we can also gain 10 Wisdom. Next, we have a Double Riptide. I could deal 10 damage and rob 25 Courage of the opponent. 15 damage with Flood Force, not too shabby. I could deal 20 damage with Thermo Rings. Pretty strong. Next, we have a single Fluid Might, 15, and I could put 2 Mugic counters on a particular creature if they would have Fluid Morph. Consuming Flame, 15. Next, we have Outwit. This would deal 15 damage. And finally, we have ourselves Inner Flood. I can remove a Mugic counter from a creature and put it on a different creature that is controlled by the same player. That becomes important in a bit because you guys will see why in this mixed deck. This deck is all about burning and healing, but also slapping as hard as you can. So first up, we have our self-surprising rips, flip target battle gear face down. This also cancels out the effects. I hope people understand this. I learned that the hard way. Next, we have an attack that probably has my favorite name, Searing Symphony. It's just really pleasing for me. Deal 10 damage to target creature for each elemental type that they have. This will punish them for having a lot of elements. Next, we have Rhyme of the Reckless. This basically is an Uno reverse card, but for attacks. You still take the damage, unfortunately, but, you know, it is what it is. Next, we have the Swapperton Battle Song. If a caster is engaged, the opposing engaged creature and the caster gain energy equal to their lowest discipline. So this is a way to sort of give yourself a buff. Next, we have Melody and Mirage. Deal 0 damage. Target attack deal 0. Unbalancing Battle Song. Gain 15. Deal 15. So with that being said, let's talk creature setup, because this is all over the place. We have Almar's Projector with Naina. Almar's Projector says, equipped creature loses 10 energy. So Naina will be at 40. If equipped creature loses combat, return it to play in an open space on your side of the battle board with no Mugic counters. So Naina can resurrect herself. 65, 20, 50, 60, 1 Mugic. She would have 40 thanks to Almar's Projector. She doesn't have a way to toss Mugic, but her thing says, remove a Mugic counter from a target creature. If you do, put a Mugic counter on another creature controlled by the same player. This ability may only be used once per turn. So I could move Mugic counters from one creature to another, and as you guys will read from these effects, you'll see why that's really important. Next, we have ourselves Nevena, Underworld Lieutenant with Isaiah Mind Probe. Equipped creature cannot be the target by Mugic or abilities by creatures with lower wisdom than it. It starts face up. 35, 60, 85, 50, 40. Toss 2 Mugic, deal 5 damage to target creature for each tribe you control. That would deal, since I control 5, that's 25 damage. If I control only Nevena and Avena, I can pay a Mugic counter instead, but that would only deal 10. So you guys can probably see where this is going. Next, we have Avena, Overall Lieutenant, equipped with the Orcus Undin. She would gain water at the beginning of combat. 50, 60, 95, 35, 65. Toss a Mugic, heal 5 damage to target creature for each tribe you control. That's 25 per Mugic counter. And if I use Naina to transfer Mugic counters around, I can just do that all the time. And it's pretty nice. If I only control Naina and Nevena and Avena, Avena gains 20 energy and Defender. So she just becomes a good fighter at that point. Next, we have the all-star of the deck, Kepion, with the Sun Chariot of Kensep. Think of Orcus Undid, but fire. 50, 30, 45, 40, 40. He would gain 10 energy and 10 to all disciplines for each tribe I control. So, he would jump up to 65 energy. With Gorm's Briefing, he would jump up to, 90 energy, I think? Let's see. 4, 65, 90. Yeah, just a lot of... Whew, boy. Yeah, no, he's a... Whew. Next, in the middle, to the right-hand side, we have Nugwarn with the Bodil's Element Converter. Equipped creature gains Fire 5 and Water 5. When it would deal 25 more attack damage with a single attack, flip it over. Nugwarn has 55, 75, 70, 35, 60. Fluid Morph. Attacks played by Nugwarn also count as fire and water attacks. If Nugwarn has exactly 3 Mugic counters on it when it is defeated, I may return it to my side of the battle board with no Mugic counters. He can infinitely resurrect himself and provide Mugic counters for my team in order to deal nice burn, gain infinite healing, deal infinite, it's just nuts. Next, we have Tenga Toborn, the overall general. Slap dab in the center. Same deal as before, but he has 60, 75, 105, 25, 55 with Defender. On my opponent's turn, he gains Fire 5 if I control an Underworlder, Disarm if I control a Mepenian, and Element Proof all element types 5 if I control a Danian. He is legendary. Oh boy, so as you guys can see, this is a Marillion Invasion seasoned deck. I wanted this to be the best version that it could possibly be, and with the resources that I have, and with some help with people on the Discord, this is what we came up with. If you guys enjoyed the video, awesome. And if you had a good time, even better. If you learned something new, awesome. I want you guys to like, share, and all that other fancy jazz. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.